Nah, dog. Arsenal better make this transfer happen. They better make this transfer happen. I mean, I'm thinking like, imagine two other gods on one team. I'm not saying no. This guy that I'm talking about, right? That I'm about to tell you about. He's not an order god. Yeah, his name is not Order God, right? He's not Martin, but his style of play is so similar to Martin Odegaard. But this guy, for me, he's way more special, and I'll tell you why. This player that I'm about to tell you about, he's so versatile. He's very skillful. He's dynamic. He's forward thinking. He's got great drive going forward. And he's two-footed. He's incredibly two-footed. He's a two-footed player. He can use both left and right. Easy. Without no effort. That's just like a natural gift. Like an Usman Dembele natural gift. Being able to use both feet. Even Son. Even Mudrik, right? Despite his, personal struggles that he's going with regards to the ban, the doping ban and stuff like that, he's also very talented in terms of using both feet. And you're looking at now the next order god, Basically, Arsenal have actually shown interest in actually signing, one of Norway's best young prospects, you know. The Gunners, they really need to make this happen because the Gunners have actually had a quiet winter transfer window. But there could actually be some transfer activity in the upcoming weeks, And think about it, Mikel Arteta is actually under pressure. But he mentioned the fact that the club are actually aiming to fill in the void that was left by Bukayo Saka as well as Gabriel Jesus, as both players are suffering due to injury. They are actually out of action due to injuries that they picked up in, recent, games, right? And a couple of attacking players could actually be prioritized. And one such player that I'm about to tell you about is actually this Norway boy. He's like a wonder kid, Sverre Nypan, right? I hope I'm actually pronouncing that right, because everybody has their way of actually pronouncing his name, Sverre Nypan, the next order god. However, he's actually more versatile compared to Odegaard because Odegaard is a left-footed player, and that's his stronger foot, right? He's not really as effective as you would like him to be on the right foot, right? But this guy, this Napan guy, he's actually very skillful. He's actually very versatile. He can use both feet effortlessly. So the 2006 born player, mind you, he's 18 years old. That means he was born in 2006. He's 18 years old, perhaps turning 19, this year. And he has already made over 50 appearances for Rosenborg, in the Norwegian top flight. And he has actually been compared to Martin Odegaard, like I mentioned very early on, from the age of 16 years old. And his future could actually be decided in the upcoming weeks. And Arsenal are definitely firm admirers of the youngster, who was actually described as a spectacular, by his agent Rafael Pimenta in 2023. And Arsenal could actually be facing some competition from their Premier League rivals, Manchester United, as he may even be deemed as another Bruno Fernandes replacement. Should like Fernandes join another big club in Europe, a top club in Europe, he could actually be deemed as the next replacement, right? And Rosenborg are actually eyeing around like what, 10 million euros to actually part ways with the highly rated playmaker. So that's actually fair considering the fact that he's a youngster and considering the fact that the Norwegian top flight is not really a competitive type of league, So that's pretty much reasonable and perhaps like what is actually negotiable, So Arsenal, they should actually grab this opportunity with both hands, because Arsenal, they want to compete for the Premier League. They've competed for the Premier League for the past seasons, but they've been unlucky due to their own doing of bottling up the league when it actually, matters the most. Losing games that they're actually supposed to be winning. And this 18-year-old is actually a central attacking midfielder, like Martin Odegaard. He has actually been superb this term with 8 goals, and 10 assists from 33 appearances in all competitions. So that's like basically 18 goal contributions in 33 appearances. That's just staggering. I mean, for an attacking midfielder, those are insane numbers. Those are insane stats. You know, incredible. That just goes to show why he's actually highly rated in his home country, you know. And this young teenager is actually, you know, ambipedal. And he has the ability to create chances and score goals with both feet, you know. And that's one thing that I'm actually bemoaning, to say that, you know, there are very few players that are like that are naturally gifted like he is, you know, in that regard of using both feet. And Nypan has actually caught the eye with his, you know, dual winning ability, his work rate, and his impressive dribbling. You know, those are other three attributes that makes him become an incredible player and, you know, the star of the future. Right. And, you know, at 10 million euros, he would actually represent a shrewd transfer business for the Gunners this winter. He actually has immense potential, and Arsenal must actually grab the opportunity, you know, and actually land him ahead of Manchester United, you know, because the club have already missed out on, you know, Vitor Reis, you know, to Pep Guardiola's side, and they actually need to make amends with the acquisition of Nypan, you know, who could actually be a game changer despite his tender age, you know, and age is just a number. Quality is all that matters. So Arsenal better make sure that they grab this opportunity with both hands.